Do you know that in Liberia there are many farmers and agribusiness owners who have built successful enterprises? Yes, it is possible. They are successful people who we can look up to and say, yes, they could be role model. They could be people that you can seek advice from because they have gone too far. Yes, it is not that they don't have challenges as well, all right? But do you know what happened? They deal with challenges differently. That is why you see them, they are where they are today and they have what they have. Yes. So today I want to share with you, lessons from successful entrepreneurs in Liberia. All right. Liberian entrepreneurs who are successful that you can look up to, the things they do, the lesson that they have to share is something that I want to share with you today. All right. And if you learn from those lessons, you can also become successful, and we can consider you as one of the biggest farmers in the country in terms of what you do, your achievement, and what you contribute to our overall national food security and economy. So the first lesson is to start small but think big. Many successful agripreneurs, they just start with big farm, big capital, all right? They started with what they had, and then they try to grow over time. So if you want to be successful, you got to start small, but then you have a big plan in mind that, one day you will have a very big farm that will, have the in terms of contributing to the overall agricultural output. All right, you will be able to become a major player in the market. Or that's the plan. It could be, but you can start small with what you have. So the lesson in this is that you don't need to wait for a perfect condition. Start with what you have. Whatever small resources you have, start with it, and then you can grow gradually over time. That's the lesson. So number two thing, from the successful entrepreneur is that they treat farming as a business. So you that want to go into farming or into farming, you should treat it as a business. Yes. No, you don't need to just deal with it like any other thing, that is not important, that cannot do you well, that does not have the potential to, to create wealth for you. If you think and treat it like that, you will not go anywhere. Yes, I can assure you that. So always you need to apply business principle. What do? You need to keep records. You need to make your budgets. All right, yes, sure. You need to plan for your markets. Anytime you have produce or you want to have it, you got to plan for the market. How do I deal with the market? Who are the buyers? Understand everything about that. That is business principle that you must apply to be successful. That's a very serious lesson you need to, especially the market. Lesson on the market, you need to learn it very well. But that is the source of your sustainability and stability as a farmer or agripreneur. Then you also have to learn this, how to monitor profit and losses. This is important. Some people, when money comes in, they feel that they are making a lot of money and the farm is doing well. But mind you, if you do not know how to track profit and losses, you think you're making money, but probably you're making nothing. And that will, hurt you badly if you do not find a way to deal with it. Yes. So the lesson in this is that your farm generate profit and not just produce crop or maybe livestock. You have to generate profit. Profit is the goal. Anything you do as a business, profit is the goal. And the third lesson, that with our successful entrepreneur is about continuous learning. Learn continuously. You should continue to learn. This is important. Some people feel that when they start something and they're trying to get small light out of it, they feel they have arrived. So they stop learning. There's a saying that when you stop learning, you stop living. So you as a farmer, to succeed, whether agripreneur, into processing or anything, you should continue to seek knowledge. All right. So attend agriculture training. All right. Look for digital learning material like online, watching videos of different things and different people sharing knowledge and tips. All right. Like I always do. Yes. You always need to adapt, improve practices. That's the only way you will gain for farming. And that's a very good lesson from our successful agripreneurs in Liberia. And they are always learning. Some of them, they've been farming for 20, 30 years, but you see them at different workshops, even, in different places trying to get more, because the issues about farming is that it's always changing. So you have to always adapt to new practices, engage other people to help you with their own tips and success stories so that you use that to move forward. So the lesson is that a farmer who keeps learning keeps improving. So if you want to keep improving, so you are moving ahead, with skills, experience, and maybe information and knowledge that will lead you to a better position on the market or in the market or in the farming or in the agricultural sector. Keep learning, keep improving. And number 4 lesson is to produce for the market. Successful farmers understand that They are not just going into farming to satisfy themselves or to grow what they want or to produce what they want. No, it's not about them. It's not about you, the farmer. It's about the market. They understand that success in farming is about growing or producing what the market wants, what the customer wants. So you are making decisions based upon the market. So before you even start, you need to go and ask yourself, what is it that people want to buy? Who are the people who want to buy? Like, all right, what's the price like? What's the demand like? Ask all the questions and it will help you to be guided. Because the issues about agriculture is that the market guides your production. If you're doing it as a business now. The lesson in this one is that the market should guide your production. The market demand should guide your production. That's the lesson. I hope you got that. Yes. And number 5 lesson here is diversification. Diversify your income. Yes. All right. Many successful agripreneurs in Liberia combine different enterprises. Some of them are producing poultry and vegetable. So you see that they don't want to depend on just one enterprise. So they combine them. Some are farming fish and then at the same time farming rice. You see that? So they do the integrated farming system so that each thing will support another. But for example, the fish and the rice, they are all supporting one another when we are doing the integrated approach. Some people are growing fruit trees at the same time they are doing bees farming, or they are growing tree crops, the cocoa, oil palm at the same time they are growing something else or producing something else. With that, you understand that you will have multiple streams of income and you always be active on the market in terms of selling all season. So the lesson in this is that multiple income streams reduces risk, all right, and increase stability. That's the lesson. I hope you got that lesson. And number 6 lesson is about building relationships. So a successful agripreneurs know that they can't just make it on their own. It's about building good customer relationships. It's about building relationship with suppliers. It's about building relationship as a supplier. It's also about building and developing trust with buyers. This is important. It's also about networking with other experienced farmers, successful farmers, because you can't be in isolation and succeed in farming. You have to be connected. So you always access information, knowledge, and opportunities. Sure. So the lesson in this is that relationships open doors of markets and opportunity. So be a successful agripreneur in Liberia, you have to spend time and invest in relationships, open doors of markets and opportunity. The number 7 lesson is to be patient and persistent. Patience is important. Like I say in Liberia, that patience does eat the fattest bone. All right. So before you gain from agriculture, you have to be patient and persistent. Sometimes you have to be able to go through something. Look, understand this: that successful agripreneurs in Liberia know that there will be challenging time. There will be bad weather, price fluctuation, disease outbreak, technology challenges and infrastructure challenges. All right. But do you know one thing about them? They do not give up after one season. No. Do you know what they do? They learn, they adapt, and they move forward. With that spirit and mindset, you know that you're going somewhere. Yes. Lesson in this is that persistence is one of the greatest assets in farming. You need to consider it as something you need to develop, grow, and prepare for. So finally, I want to leave this with you. You don't have to own the biggest farm, in Liberia to become a successful agripreneur. Yes, no, that is not the case. What you need to do is to start with the resources you have, keep learning, and let every season makes you better than who you were, the last.